So to make up for not being able to get a battleship duel in the campaign, I've basically just made a carbon copy of it in a custom battle, and we're going to try and do a custom battle against another battleship, but the difference being here is I've actually designed the enemy battleship, so it's basically a carbon copy of mine, but with a bit slower speed, so I can actually catch him up. So I just want to demonstrate that this is a perfectly suitable ship to use in a battleship duel. So the enemy battleship's got higher maneuverability than I have, and I don't think I gave it torpedoes, but we'll soon find out if I did or not. I actually built the enemy ship in the past, so I don't know its exact stats, but it's practically identical to the one that I'm using. So if we click on it, we can find out if he's actually got torpedoes or not. So the answer is no. So yeah, he's got just as good a guns as I have. He's got everything the same as what I've got, basically. The only difference being is he's got slightly worse armour than I have. He's got 12.6. I've got 14.7. And that's just because I've put manoeuvrability mods on the other battleship. So yeah, we'll see how he gets on in a battleship duel against a player-created battleship. That should be a solid enough test to find out whether it's a worthy ship or not. So because he's facing away from me, I might have to use HE rounds here. We'll keep an eye on the ricochets. If they go above 50%, then I'll switch to HE. So yeah, I've got a feeling I'm going to need to switch to HE. If I get another ricochet before I get another penetrating shot. you can certainly see how much better a player created ship is than an AI created one. I mean, just look at the blocked shots for a start. Never mind the ricochets, and that's from a 14-inch gun, Mark III. It's incredibly rare that you get block shots against an AI created ship without using HE rounds, I mean. So obviously now I'm getting close to them. I've got two choices. Either do a broadside action against him, which doesn't really favour me because we've got identical stats, so it's just a 50-50 coin toss. Or I try and slow down and maintain my 90-degree angle at him, while him having a 65-degree angle. So that would be the better solution. Only problem is I've slowed down a bit too late here, so I'm not going to slow down in time. So I am going to end up having to do a broadside action against him. So I'm going to attempt to face my rear towards him, so I get the same 90-degree angle up from the rear, but it's not going to be easy. Unfortunately, while you're doing big manoeuvres as well, it takes longer for your guns to shoot. So we're increasing the ricochet chance again, just while we're trying to slow our ship down, basically. But like I say, because I'm doing a big manoeuvre here, it's going to seriously affect my accuracy as well as my aiming speed. So like now, if I wasn't doing this large manoeuvre, I'd be shooting. So that's something that happens regularly with torpedo decks. So if players are doing tight manoeuvres with a torpedo ship and they can't understand why their torpedo deck isn't working, it works exactly the same as a normal gun does. It just takes longer to shoot your gun or torpedo deck while you're doing a tight manoeuvre like this. And obviously this is not even this has got a 1200 meter turning circle, so it's not like I'm doing a really tight manoeuvre, and it still takes longer to fire the guns. So if you're using a torpedo ship, you're more than likely going to be doing a 300 meter tight manoeuvre at probably 35 to 40 knot speed, so that's going to compound the issue of your gun not firing, or torpedo deck in that case. So we're back to where we started with our bow facing towards him. Again, we still haven't quite dropped enough speed here, So we are going to need to perform the same manoeuvre again. But as you can see, this battleship's not a bad design at all, considering that the battleship that I'm up against is a player-designed one, not the garbage that the AI comes up with. So at this point, I'm not going to be able to do a turn to the port side, so I'm going to have to do the same thing for starboard side. So now that he's fired his guns, I'm going to start the turn. But I am going to take one broadside shot, but simply nothing you can do about that. He's only got one gun. Oh no, that's his bow, not his stern, so I would have been better off going towards his bow and not stern, but it doesn't really make too much difference. So sadly, I've suffered a flash fire, which is a shame. But I think you can get the picture that this isn't a bad ship. I managed to stay toe to toe with an equally good ship for a good while. I mean, it's practically a coin toss with two ships that are almost identical. But yeah, I didn't just melt like you would expect a cheap ship to do. So what I'm going to do now, repeat it again, but put the then again, I don't even need to change the year, do I? I'll put the enemy battleship onto auto create. I think I'm using a Dreadnought 2. Let me just check. Yeah, Dreadnought 2. So I'll just auto design this just to simulate what the enemy would be doing in a campaign. So he's got standard bulkheads. I'm on 0 crew training, so just to make it a fair fight, we'll put him on 0 crew training as well. So he's got standard bulkheads. He's obviously gone for a lot slower speed. He's got maneuverability stuff. He's got the best armour, loads of upgrades, so he's got better critical hit chance, protection I should say. He's got super heavy, so that's good. He's also got torpedoes, so it'll be interesting trying to dodge torpedoes. And he's got the best rangefinder too, so yeah, it's not a bad ship. He's got higher main belt than me. So he's actually got a better armoured ship than I have. So it'll be a true test. So he's basically stripped all of his speed off. I'm going 30 knots. And he's put it all into protection, armour, and some torpedoes as well. So it'll be interesting to see where his torpedoes are, to be honest. at the front and back. Right, okay. So yeah, he's only got a 5.5 offset, so that's pretty good. And he hasn't got a smoke interference, so that's good as well. So yeah, it should be a really tough fight. Looks like he's also got the same caliber of gun as me, but he's only got 8 barrels where I've got 12, so it should be a good fight regardless. So obviously now, with him having torpedoes, I will have to dodge them if I get on his front and rear. So that'll be the primary goal of this, is keeping my bow facing towards him and making sure once I get close to him. In fact, since as he's coming towards me, I may as well start slowing down now. I think he's 18, so that way I'm not going to overshoot and end up going in front or behind his torpedo launchers. It looks like I've left that a bit late. So we'll see if we can make this turn without getting behind his torpedo launchers. It's going to be tight, but I think we should manage it. He's doing the correct thing and turning his stern towards me, so he has managed to get his torpedo off, but because we preempted it, we will manage to evade it. So at the moment, we're just doing this manoeuvring with the rudder to slow our ship down, basically, because we're going far too fast for the engagement. So we are at risk of encountering his bow-facing torpedo launcher here, but I think we should be able to get the turning circle in time. So we've knocked his engines completely out now, so he's practically a sitting duck at this point. So what we would want to do in this situation is be able to face our bow towards him and guarantee a 90-degree ricochet angle against his broadside. So yeah, there you go. That's how the ship would perform against an AI created ship. An actually really decent AI created ship, I might say. So it wasn't a pile of garbage like some ships are. We're very similar in cost. Mine's slightly more expensive. He obviously had better armour than me, and much better critical hit protection. But yeah, there you go. That's the ship against the battleship. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.